While Tony Swan's villain status is called into question in Season 2 of Reacher, the question of whether or not he betrayed the special investigators is answered without ambiguity. The second season of Reacher, which was adapted from Lee Child's Bad Luck and Trouble novel, started when the titular Titan's former comrades from the 110th Special Investigators began to mysteriously disappear. It was confirmed that Franz, Orozco, Lowry, and Sanchez had passed away, while Neagley, Dixon, and O'Donnell were cast as main characters in Reacher Season 2. Only the vanishing and unidentified strumming sensation Tony Swan remains. In order to link Swan to the New Age missile plot that drives Season 2's plot, Amazon's Reacher drops hints that suggest Swan may have been dishonest the whole time. Only Reacher remains loyal to his old friend, while O'Donnell, Dixon, and Neagley gradually begin to suspect that Swan may have betrayed them. Episode 6 of Reacher's second season, New York's Finest, establishes Swan's real loyalty and reveals his involvement in the profitable guns trade that his 110th comrades were specifically looking into. Coded email outlining the Little Wing Weapons project and delivered to Marlo Burns was one of the more damaging hints revealed to frame up Tony Swan as a villain in Reacher Season 2. Burns herself verifies Swan's innocence when Reacher's crew catches up to her in Season 2, Episode 6, which was first taken as a probable sign of his guilt. Burns tells the story of her efforts to stop the weaponry sale between Langston and Am, and how she enlisted Swan's help. When Langston tries to murder her at the episode's climax, it eliminates any possibility that Burns could be lying. When you consider that Marlo Burns employed Swan as a double agent to investigate New Age, you can see why he was on their payroll. After Swan brought in Franz, Sanchez, and Orozco to help with the case, Langston tackled them, and the three of them were viciously thrown from a helicopter. Even though the missing special investigator is sloppy with drugs and commits countless crimes against music, he is as pure as his bird namesake, and Reacher was right to trust Swan. Season 2 of Reacher proves Tony Swan was innocent the whole time, but it still doesn't tell us where he is. The assassin from the cemetery said that Swan had recruited him, and although Swan wasn't officially working with New Age, his signature was still being used to authorize weapon shipments. Reacher Season 2, Episode 6, features David O'Donnell's speculation that, once the missing weapons shipment was discovered, Langston intended for Swan to take the blame. The widespread use of Swan's name in the paperwork would make perfect sense in that context, but it would be impossible for this scheme to succeed unless Swan were already deceased. Swan could testify against Langston if arrested, as she is both a crucial witness and a former special investigator. Consequently, Swan is probably dead in Reacher. It would be too risky to keep Swan alive as a prisoner, especially since Langston, as director of security, could simply manipulate the corporate systems to make it appear as though Swan was present when he was not. Langston should have made Swan appear guilty and made sure his henchmen vanished before the authorities could step in, effectively making the company's actions seem to have been committed by a deceased individual.